Hello, welcome guys. Today we have another question from LeetCode. Minimum size subarray. This is a medium level question. It reads, given an array of positive integers nums and a positive integer target, return the minimal length of a contiguous subarray of which the sum is greater than or equal to target. If there is no such array, return 0 instead. That you can see you can easily come up with a naive solution. So the naive solution, you just have two iterative loops. Then you get a big O of n complexity. But we are going to solve this with a sliding window pattern, and this is how it's going to work. So I came up with my own example, but I'll delete that so that you just use this one. In this sample, there's a target of 7, and this is the array, and then the answer is 2. And that is, the 2 is coming from this end, because if you add 4 plus 3, you are going to get 7, and that is our minimum subcontiguous array. Alright, so how do we solve this problem? So using the sliding window, we can have a shrinking window that has a start and an end. We start with this one and mark this one as our minimum subarray, if provided is equal to the 7 actually. If it is not, we'll increase the end of the window to this. We add 2 plus 3, which is 5. Is it equal or greater than 7, our target? No. We increase the window to this. 5 plus 1, is it greater? No. So we again go 6 plus 2 is 8. That qualifies our condition. So what do we do then? What the two things that we have to do, the first one is that then we mark this length as our minimum contiguous subarray. That gives us this answer for now, right? And then we shrink the window size to this, and then we calculate this. Does this qualify for this condition? No, so this does not qualify. So then we increase this side. This qualifies to this. Then we compare this maximum with our previous answer, and no. So at the end, we find the minimum that qualifies. And if you go through the array, you see that 4 and 3 gives us the 7, which is also our minimum. So let's see how that will come up in code. So define our function minimum subarray of target and nums. Okay. Alright, so some few things that we need to initialize is our start of our window, which is going to be the initial 0. We have to initialize our sum target. It's the target that will sum up to the sum target to 0. Another thing is the sum target length. Okay, so that's going to be our answer. And one thing that I forgot to say is that we need to initialize this into the biggest value that we can imagine, because we have to find the minimum. Okay, so these are the things that we need. So for I in range of the length of the array. Okay, so let me rename this one as the end of the window. Okay. And then our target is going to be 0. Sum target is going to be the initial index of the end, right? So then the next thing is that we have to compare if the sum target equals to our target, or equal or greater than, sorry. So if sum target is greater than or equal to our target, then we have to make our sum targets. So our sum target length, make our sum target length, the minimum, find the minimum of our sum target length, which is going to be the sum target length itself, and then the distance between the end of the window and the start of the window. Right, so that will be end of the window, end plus 1, because we have to, it starts at index 0 minus start. We have to, the sum target, we have to subtract start of the window, the value at the start of the window from it, and then also increase our start of the window by 1, right? And now return our sum target then, but then we don't find any answer actually. So if the return value, we return 0 if this target is equal to the initial value that's given. Else then we print some targets. Right, so that should be all. Right, so so we shouldn't forget that this we have to change this to bar, because as while the target is always greater than or equal to the sum target is always greater than or equal to the target, this thing has to be going on. Right. Okay, so it's much